Hello there, my name is Wikianaro, and this is 7 Days to Die. So, yes, I know I haven't posted anything in like a week, but I did just wrap up the semester, so the last 2 weeks of the semester are always really crazy for me. Um, but I'm done now, so I can get back into hopefully recording things more regularly and uploading more regularly and trying to get back to daily uploads. But I decided that I wanted to play this because I think I've explained this in the past, but I have games that I like to play outside of games that I record. I have loads of games that I love to play outside of recording. Um, I may or may not have streamed this at some point. I don't remember. But this is one of those games that I absolutely love playing outside of recording. It is a survival crafting horror type game. I think it's like 7 Days to Die, the survival crafting horde game or something like that. And why it's called 7 Days to Die is because it's you in the zombie apocalypse, and uh, you're given 7 days. Every 7 days there is like a big horde night that you have to fight through. So you get 7 days to prepare for said horde night, and basically depending on how you play it, how I play it is every 7 days. That over there, that's my normal house. That's where I have everything that I need, my furnace, my all my chests with a whole bunch of different stuff in this, because as you can see, I'm on day 33 in this world. But that's where I keep all those things: chemistry station, workbench, um, and then I go to a different location to survive the horde, because the zombies can beat down things. They can destroy your house. So I go to a different location for a while until I have my house upgraded to a certain point, because that's what this game is about. Like if you look down at my hot bar, everything has like a number above it, and that's the level of things. But there's a multitude of elements to this game that are absolutely wonderful. Um, like you collect a whole bunch of different things, and build a whole bunch of different things, and then there's a trading system. If you find them, there are traders. Where is it? If I can see it. Oh. There it is. There it goes. So, and then if you look up at the top there, there's a little compass type wheel thing, and that little box with the parachute there is a supply drop, which you get one per day, and that gives you just random different things that help you survive. Um, and then you take these things, you build things, you have different mods and stuff, modifications for armor, for your weapons, for all those different things, and you build, you survive, but you also have to keep in mind several things, like if you see there's the water drop there, that means I'm thirsty, so I have to drink to do that. And then you have other, like, you have to keep things in mind, like environmental stuff. Like, I'm lucky, I'm currently in a not a warm weather environment, but like just the normal kind of environment, so I don't really have to worry about overheating or getting too cold or anything like that. But I do have to worry about possibly getting wet, like if it rains or anything like that. That's there are some things in this game that are still not fully, the best. But when can you say that about any game? But yeah, like I said, this is just one of those games that I absolutely love playing. I have over 300 hours in this game. And this can be a multiplayer game. I've played this with Sean quite a bit. I can't say that I've played it with anyone else. There's me. Doink. But yeah, there's all these different things. Okay, so like you can pick things, or rather you don't pick them, but you destroy them. Now you used to be able to like pick things. They've changed things a bit over time. This is I want to say this is nitrate. But yeah, there's a mining element. There's a whole bunch of different elements to this game. So like I do a lot more exploring and trading than I do doing the mining and stuff like that. But at a certain point, you do need to do the mining and gathering and stuff like that, just so that you can do things that you need to do. Like I can make my own nitrate, okay, but I can make my own gunpowder so that I can make my own bullets and stuff like that. Which is something that you have to first learn how to do. There are a multitude of things that you can do, like over here, my skill tree, which has several branches to it, but you unlock things as you go, as you gain levels, and you use your skill points to unlock things, but then you also have to read books. You read books to learn different things, and you also you find crafting recipes that you have to read to unlock things, to be able to build things. Like this is the marksman rifle. I can't technically build this yet because I haven't found the thing to do it, but the recipe to do so. But I found this, so I have it, and this is a schematic. That's what they call it in this game. But you read those, and now I can go back to my house, and if I have the things to do it, I can build that. And there's just a whole bunch of different crazy elements. There's, if you look here, so I'm currently in one of the just generally warm areas. There appears a winter area that you have to worry about getting cold and stuff. Down here's a, this is like a burnout zone, basically. Basically everything's, been, like, everything got caught on fire at one point. So you have to, like, deal with overheating in there. And then down here's a deserty area. You have to worry about overheating down there. Oh, I think this is, wait. One of these things. Wait, no, okay, so I think this is down here is the desert. This, like, the lighter stuff, that's the desert. Over here is, that's kind of like a, almost want to say, like, Fallout-esque, like, wasteland type area that's, basically, I don't necessarily think you have to worry about, any form of elemental things there. I think you more or less have to worry about just when you're walking around, there are things like different sorts of landmines that you have to worry about. And there's like a whole bunch of different zombies in this game. So different types of them that take different things. There's different zombie animals and stuff, but there's also like regular animals that you can hunt down. Like I just heard a wolf. He had to have been pretty close because that means him howling most likely means he saw me. So he's probably coming to get me. But yeah, I do more, I explore more. I do a lot of exploring and gathering of things, so that I can bring them to the traders and I can sell them. I sell them things. This dude right here, this is like that's like a basic zombie. But, and you don't always have the ability to like just one-hit KO things like that, like I just did. But you build levels for those sorts of things. Cars, and there's like basically everything in the world you can take apart. You can take them apart for different things that you might need to help you build things. There's loads of different houses and stuff that you can ransack, buildings and stuff that you can ransack. I think she's not. Okay, she's not. And so, like I said, so like the handgun's less powerful than a. There's crawling zombies and stuff like that. But there's not just crawling zombies. There's also these zombies that are like, basically, they like crawl, but you have to, they crawl on all fours, but they like jump on you. I know. Every zombie technically has a name to it, I think. Like, I think that's supposed to be like, this is like a skater punk, that's of course a stripper. Oh, hello. But, did I already search that? I guess I already searched that. And I think I have it set. I kind of gave myself a bit of an advantage because, like, I've looted this house before. But I can come back here after, like, I want to say, like, 5 days or something like that, and everything in it will, respawn. Or not everything, new loot will respawn into it. But there's so much to this game, it's so much fun. But, back to that, I started talking about it, and then I stopped talking about it. The trading system is quite interesting. Because how it works is based off of these, if you've ever played any game kind of like Fallout or whatever, they don't use money. Yeah, already searched those. But, they use tokens. They're supposed to be like these casino tokens or whatever that you basically sell things for. And you can do things like, if you look all the way over there, that little symbol up there, that is actually a chest for a, that's a treasure chest that I can dig up, but it's in the cold area. There it is. But yeah, there's a treasure chest that I can go and try and look for and dig up in the area, and it'll have different things in it, most likely. The chests that I've found in the past generally have things like silver and gold nuggets and stuff like that you can basically then just sell off because those are useless. You sell them off, gain a whole bunch of the tokens, and then you use the tokens to buy things that you need or want. And you can upgrade then, like, hey, I want to be able to get better loot from the traders. And then you do that and you upgrade those things, and then you can also do things like, you get jobs from the traders. And those vary depending on what you choose. Those can be like fetching supplies or clearing an area, zombies or whatever. There's a whole bunch of different things. Like, my house is never I don't ever get too far into it to the point that I have, like, electricity or whatever. Or if I do have electricity, it's not very much, like, not too big. It's not too big of a thing. It's not like the whole house is powered or whatever. But it'll be enough to, like, power turrets or something like that. And those are just to defend my house. Like I said, this is just my like ammo crate alone. I have made quite a bit of ammo. I'm quite good at, well, I haven't even just made quite a bit of ammo, I've like found quite a bit of ammo. Because that's, for some reason, for it being like you watch so many different shows like that are apocalypse based, and like all of them are like, we have no ammo for anything, oh no, and then you're like, I've got so much ammo in this game. But then again, the zombies are also harder to kill in this game because you do get up to things like radioactive zombies or whatever, where you have to like kill them twice, and the zombies get progressively harder as you go along. But like, look at all these chests, and these have, they're not all full of things, but they have things in them. These are the tokens that you use to buy things. I've used quite a bit of mine. This is just a chest of guns. Yeah, okay. And then I take these things that I like don't need. I can take all this leather armor or whatever and like break it down and use the leather for something else, or I take it and I sell it back to the trader or whatever I want to do with it, and then move along with my day. And it's super fun because you just progressively get better and better at it. And it's one of those games because since it is a single player game, I can get progressively better and better at it. I'm not very good at like online multiplayer games, so you won't catch me playing things like PUBG or stuff too much because yeah, I do play them occasionally, but I'm awful at them. I've always been pretty awful at them. And I know, yeah, it just takes practice or whatever, but it does appeal to me to a certain extent, but also to a certain extent, I'm terrible at them. And I get really frustrated if I'm, like, really bad at a game. I don't look like I'm really frustrated, but I am really frustrated. Because I can be an incredibly competitive person. Surprisingly so. Yeah, like if you look at this, antibiotics you use if you get infected, because you can get infected. You use those and you get rid of the infection, and then move along with your day. And then there's all these different things. Oh, here's something. So, like, here, I didn't even read that. Don't feed the bears. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Drunk and disorderly. I think that's probably. Kill some zombies with your fists while drunk. Nope. No, thank you. There's different challenges that you can do, and then you take them. You take your challenges. You read the little post-it note with whatever the challenge, and then you go to. So I've read that. Now I'm gonna go to my. That little orange arrow appeared, or the little orange exclamation mark appeared. I'm going to go there, accept the quest that it gives me, and then kill the zombies that it throws at me. And then later on I can go to the trader, and then he'll pay me and give me some form of other reward, possibly, depending on what it is. And then there's other things too. There's vehicles in this game. I had a bicycle for a while. I died though. So it's in the cold area. And since it just, like, my stamina bar, if you see, my stamina bar is not, like, it's only grade to a certain point. So, you know, it only recovers to that certain point. And that's basically, you have to maintain your health and stuff to that certain, like, you have to maintain your health and all that to be able to have full stamina or whatever, and not use your stamina all the time like I do. But you have, let's see, I know there's the levels of vehicle that you have are bicycle, which still requires stamina and stuff like that. There's a mini bike, which, you know, is just a smaller bike. The vehicles can get kind of glitchy, though. I don't know if they've fixed too much of those. They used to be really glitchy when you, like, first started driving them. Because it just didn't render fast enough. The world didn't render fast enough for you to, like, drive smoothly. Mini bike, then there's a motorcycle, and then there is a truck. I want to try and get the truck. I have some of the requirements for the truck that I know I need. Oh. Hello. Oh, there's another just basic zombie. There's a couple of basic zombies that are, like, less hard to beat, are basically one-shot kills. That's not one of the basic zombies. There's a couple of zombies that are, like, they twitch a lot, which makes them harder to kill because since they're, like, twitching so much and moving around, it's harder to land a headshot on them. Then there's, like, other things depending on where you go. Since this is, I can't even zoom out all the way, but this map is pretty extensive. The map is huge. So you can find all sorts of different areas with different, like, underground bunkers and stuff like that, and just go through. The sad thing is, though, I basically grab everything I see. I have that issue. I just grab everything and I'm like, yeah, I can use this, so I'm gonna use this. But grab everything I see so that I can bring it back later and possibly use it, or it just sits in a chest somewhere. I'm gonna go accept this challenge. So that'll allow me to see some of the other types of zombies. That's a bigger guy. He's like a second tier kind of guy, this guy right here. Along with the guy behind him. So there's another kind of the Twitcher zombie. Yeah, this guy's just slightly harder. Oh. Then, I didn't get too many of them. Got mainly first and second level. But then you get things like, there's vacationer zombies, which are like these really big dudes. There's other ones like them. I can't remember what exactly. They're like these weird spitter zombie things. But they like spit acid at you or like explode. Oh, so that was easy. But they do that, and then other ones, there's the Screamer. A Screamer, she basically, like, she's this, like, that typical, like, if you've ever heard of, like, the legend of, like, the Women in White, or, like, the little girl from The Ring, or whatever, she kind of looks like that, and then she lets out this really loud scream that attracts zombies to your location, so, or it spawns zombies, too. There aren't many, like, sprinting... I mean, there are some sprinting type zombies. Like, if I were to go to one of the locations on my map that I've already been there, but not too much. Not in this world. But, it's this... They've, like... It's like a high school, and they've got footballer zombies. So, you know, they're harder to kill. But then, like I said, you've got military zombies, hazmat zombies, and they get progressively harder as the days go by. And really, it's not like there's no technical storyline or anything like that, which I'm fine with. You don't necessarily need a storyline for a good game. You don't necessarily need any form of, like, objective, like, oh, well, this does have an objective, but, like, I mean, end objective. There's no full end objective. It's just survive as long as you can. You do respawn. That's why, I mean, that's how I have it set right now, is you do respawn if you die. But that's just because, to begin with, the game can be really difficult. Depending on how you choose whatever map or whatever world, this is just like the default world, which I don't think we have ever explored the entirety of, but that's just because there is so much of it. But yeah, it's a good game. It's a fun game. I keep occasionally coming back to my home. Like, there's these, kind of like small wandering hordes occasionally that you'll find that will like just wander towards either you'll just find them out in the wild or they'll wander towards your home on occasion. Like if they figure out there's no actual sleeping in this game, so you don't have to worry about that. You're just basically on 24/7. You just deal with things all the time, and then do whatever. You survive 24/7. I kind of wish there was a sleeping cycle or whatever, because like, of course, the traders are only open for a certain amount of time. They're only open from like the like 6 in the morning to like 9 at night. And the closest one I have to me, so here I am. Here's my house. Boop boop boop, right there. I gotta go all the way up to here, and then I go down this road. I keep going down this road, and there's the trader. I normally take my bike, but here's the closest trader that I know of, that I've like seen and unlocked. But there are other traders. I want to say there's a trader in the burnout zone somewhere, but I don't remember necessarily where they are. I think there's supposed to be a trader in every area. I don't necessarily know. Funny thing is though, the traders they say different things to you. But like they all have their own different personalities. Like the one I generally go to, he's a fairly nice guy. He just like, thank you, come back again or whatever. And then there's another one. I think he's the one that's in the burnout zone. But he's just like, all right, now that you've got your stuff, get the hell out of my store. And he's funny. But like we've only seen, so if I walk over this way a little bit, I'll end up in the burnout zone. You'll see how quick it does change pretty dramatically when you go into the different areas. Like, I don't know if this area has a name, or if any of them technically have names. But yeah, see, you go in here and then there's just the sky darkens. Everything becomes kind of gloomy because it is this burned out area. Let me see if I can see one of them. The base zombies per area also change. Like if I can find one, there are burnt zombies in this area that are still like, they're kind of on fire. I don't remember if you can get heat damage from them or not. I think you can, but I don't remember. And this game has changed a lot since I first played it, first started playing it. For a while, they didn't have, you didn't have to do any of like the unlocking of different recipes or whatever, or it might have just been how I was playing it, but you didn't have to read through recipes and take forever, because it takes kind of a long time to be able to unlock everything if you're having to find recipes. Because like occasionally you'll go to a trader and you'll buy a recipe from them for something you need, but then there's also like abundant recipes. There's recipes that you just find all the time, and then there's ones that you don't find all the time. I'm gonna see if I can find one of those zombies, because they're kind of cool looking. There is fall damage. If you fall from a certain height, you can break your leg. You can break your leg or sprain your leg or whatever. You can also like hurt your arms and stuff like that too, which, you know, it slows you down, but it's just a cool process. Realism is something I always kind of love in video games, especially like survival games. So I love this game because you worry about things like your hunger, you worry about things like how dehydrated you are or whatever. And like if I were to go to one of the if I were to go to the, like, the desert zone or whatever, you're more than likely... Oh, see, I'm hungry. And yeah, as you see, your stamina gets reduced. Yes, I have. Okay, I do have food. Food is not something that I necessarily have any issues with in this game, because you find different cans of things. Different food gives you more or less health. In the one area I'm in, you find them all the time, but there's birds' nests on the ground, and you open them up, and there are there's nothing in there, but there's eggs, and then there's feathers that you use for, ooh, excuse me, but you use those for feathers. You use those for arrows and stuff, for if you more go the bow or crossbow route. I don't generally go that route, partially just because yeah, I've done it in the past, but just because of the fact that it takes a lot longer to kill a zombie with the bows or crossbows. But they can work if you use them and use them properly. And you can retrieve ammo or whatever, but I think one of my main focuses, and one of the things that I do the quickest, just because of what the way I play the game, since I do explore and I kill zombies a lot, and that's how I get most of my XP, is because I'm surprised, like, I started recording and literally all the zombies just disappeared. But if I go out and I have several guns, so I'll normally carry at least 2 or 3 types of guns, so that I have 2 or 3 types of ammo that I carry on me. Like, the sad thing is, as you get further in the game, it's kind of like Minecraft, how the further you get into the game, the more stuff you're carrying in your inventory. Then that's just the general stuff you bring with you. But yeah, it's a fun game. I highly recommend it. It was made by the Fun Pimps. You can get it on Steam. I don't know if there's anywhere else you can get it, but it's a fun game. I'll play more of this if you guys want me to. I'll do it regardless, because I like playing this game. But you do start off, if I remember correctly, normally you can choose, but you either start off with absolutely nothing, or you start off with some very basic things. You start off with, like, a can of food, a land claim block, which land claim blocks are more for multiplayer, but that's basically like, I claim this bit of land, so only I can build on this bit of land. And then, like, a torch and stuff like that, because you use torches not only for light, but you can also use them to keep you warm if you go into a cold environment. But, like, when you spawn, you get dropped into a random environment until you have a bedroll laid down. And that basically claims your land. Like, this isn't my actual bed, this is just something that I've yet to actually destroy. But this is my actual bed, but I can't sleep on it. But that's basically, that sets your spawn point. But it's fun. But I'm gonna say right now that I am all out of time for this one. If you want to see me play more of this, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I'll play more of this. I'm going to play more of this on my own anyways. If you want me to start up a world that I do specifically for Let's Plays, go ahead and let me know. Or if you just want to see me play just as I am in my world, then I'll do that. I might stream this as well occasionally. But I am on all time for this one. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.